Hello everyone. So in this video we will look the cylindrical coordinate system in the EMF subject. Previously we have discussed about the Cartesian coordinate systems, and today's video we are going to analyze the cylindrical coordinate system. Now to discuss the cylindrical coordinate system, basically we require three things. First, as you can see here, I have drawn three figures. So if I'll say the first, we required a constant z plane. So you can say this is what? This is a constant. We required a constant z plane. We required a constant z plane, basically which is parallel to the xy plane. किसके पैरेलल होगा ये पैरेलल होगा एक्स वाई प्लेन का। ये देखिए ये एक्स वाई प्लेन बना हुआ है, तो एक्स वाई प्लेन के क्या होगा, पैरेलल होगा। सो कांस्टेंट जेड प्लेन इज ऑलवेज पैरेलल टू एक्स वाई प्लेन, राइट, इज ऑलवेज पैरेलल टू द एक्स वाई प्लेन। सो फर्स्ट वी रिक्वायर्ड द कांस्टेंट जेड प्लेन विच इज पैरेलल टू एक्स वाई प्लेन. Second, we required a half plane. This is the half plane which is perpendicular to the xy plane. Perpendicular, as you can see, this is perpendicular to the, this is the xy plane. This is x, this is y. So this area is given by the xy plane, and this half plane is perpendicular to the xy plane. So we can say we required a half plane perpendicular to xy plane. We required a half plane perpendicular to the xy plane, and also this half plane is making angle phi. This half plane is making angle phi with respect to xz plane. This is the xz plane. So this angle phi is with respect to this xz plane. So we can say the angle phi is with respect to xz plane. Okay. So second, what we required a half plane. We required a half plane which is perpendicular to the xy plane and making an angle phi with respect to the xz plane, right? And this phi, I can say here, this phi is also known as the azimuthal angle. So this phi, I can write it as the azimuthal. This is called as the azimuthal angle. This is called as the azimuthal angle, right? This is the second thing what we required to analyze the cylindrical coordinate system. The next one, we required a circular cylinder. As you can see here, I have drawn a circular cylinder. So I can say we required a circular. We require a circular cylinder. This is the circular cylinder, right? So we can say we required a circular cylinder whose radius is given as rho. Taking the symbol is rho here. So whose radius, ठीक है, जो सर्कुलर सिलेंडर मैंने लिया हुआ है यहाँ पर, इसका जो रेडियस है वो कितना है, रो है, ठीक है. Now this circular cylinder is placed on the z axis, or we can say the axis of the z axis is aligned with the axis of the cylinder, right? So we can say the z axis is the axis of the cylinder. So we can say z axis is the axis of the cylinder. So we can say we required a circular cylinder. We required a circular cylinder. We required a circular cylinder with radius rho. with radius rho with z-axis as the axis of the cylinder, right? So we require three things to analyze the cylindrical coordinate system, right? A constant z plane, a half plane perpendicular to the xy plane, and a circular cylinder rho, right? Here also we can define the range of this. So z range will be given as from minus infinity to the plus of infinity, minus infinity to the plus of the infinity, right? So we can define the range of the z. Second, we can define the range of this phi will be given as from phi we can define as its ranges from 0 to 2 pi. This goes from 0 to this is 0 to 2 pi. It's very important, ranges are very important for numerical. This can move from 0 to 2 pi. This z varies from where to where? From minus infinity to plus infinity, right? From minus infinity to plus infinity. That's why we are defined here, right? And this rho, the range of rho we can define is from, this is defined from 0 to infinity. That defined from 0 to infinity, right? So these are the ranges of the different coordinates. So we can say the coordinates of cylindrical coordinate systems are nothing but the rho, phi and z. As in the case of Cartesian coordinate system, the coordinates of the Cartesian coordinate system was x, y and z. Similarly, in the case of cylindrical coordinate system, the coordinates are rho, phi and z. One more thing here, the phi here we are measuring in terms of the radians, very important while we calculate the numericals. And second more thing I can take here, this phi I am taking positive, the phi is positive for an anti-clockwise measurement, and phi is taking negative for the clockwise measurement, right? So this is very important while we'll take the numerical. Okay, so these are the basics of the cylindrical coordinate systems. Now see here, now if I'll join these three figures, so I'll get what? So I'll get the resultant figure like this. Okay, so this figure, as you can see here, I'll just join this three figure, 1, 2 and 3 figure. If I'll join, so I'll get the resultant figure is like this. Okay, so I'll get the resultant figure is like this. So as you can see here, this is the x, this is the y and this is the z. Okay, so the resultant of this I'll get here. So we can say this is the phi, which is done by the half plane perpendicular to the xy plane. Okay, and this is the z axis, which is given by a constant z plane, and this is the cylindrical radius. This is the radius of the circular cylinder rho. So if we'll intersect, or we can say if I'll join these three figures, so its resultant figure I'll get, and his intersecting point is point P. Point P is here. So this is the resultant of these three figures. Okay. Also I can say that the coordinates if I have to say the coordinates of this point P, I can say if I'll take this is, if I'll take this is rho 1, I'll take this is the phi 1, and I'll take this is the z1. So I can say the coordinates of this point P will be given as rho 1, phi 1 and the z1, rho 1, phi 1 and the z1 I can say. Okay. The next one more thing we can see here, because as we know the coordinates of the cylindrical coordinate system, right? So I can define its vector. So I can define its vector as the point P. I can define as, this is given as the rho 1 arrow plus I can define as the second the point here, which is given as the, if I'll take, so this is, if I'll take this is the, I'll write this one as the P rho 1, this is given as the P phi in the direction of phi, and I can say this is the PZ. I can say this is the PZ. There's no need to write here 1. So I can simply write this is P rho, P phi and PZ. So this is given the Z. So these are the, we can define the cylindrical coordinate system in terms of the vector. In terms of the vector we can define. One more thing here I can define it. We can, as I have written here, this unit vectors a rho, a phi and az, as in the case of the Cartesian coordinate system was ax, ay, az. So here the direction I can also define. You can see here that this arrow in the same direction of rho, so I can say this is the direction of the unit vector a rho, direction of unit vector a rho, z in the direction of z axis, so you can say this is the direction of the unit vector az, right? And last one, the a phi, I can define the direction of this phi, so I can say this will go something like this. So this is the direction of the unit vector a phi, right? So in this fashion I can also define the unit vectors a rho, a phi and az. Okay, so these are the basic representations of the cylindrical coordinate system. Okay, so in the next topic I will tell you about the relationship between the Cartesian and the cylindrical coordinate system. Thank you.